I had jury duty.
Who
won?
Over the past weeks. Long story short, assaulted somebody, killed somebody, drugs, the whole fucking thing. We sentenced this guy to 38 years. He went through this trial already. He got 38 years this time round. The first time round, he got 11 years and demanded a retrial.
Every fucking week, new movies get released. How does anyone ever see these? There are too many movies.
Welcome back to Judge Josh with your host, Josh.
Hey,
The Texas Hammer.
just call me the juror.
The juror.
Jesus.
The
J-
rural
Are
juror.
we allowed to legally talk about all that?
JR, the juror.
Now that the trial's over, you can.
Trial's over.
right?
I can talk about it.
Okay.
For a week and a half, couldn't say a fucking word, dude.
Gonna destroy the podcast.
Oh my God.
Stanley's gonna
Stanley's
destroy the podcast.
right next to the tripod, and we know he's gunning for it.
He's like, what, this whole thing? Oh, motherfuck.
Oh, nice save.
There are too many movies.
welcome to the show.
Stanley doesn't give a shit either.
God damn it.
Just gotta, things happen for a reason, man.
What if when the camera fell back, there was just like a ton of like hentai waifu posters on your ceiling?
I'm such a fucking old person. I straight up pulled something in my back.
Sorry. Like, no.
That was good reflexes, though.
Yeah, that was good.
Good shit.
Well done.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies. I'm Chris.
I'm Josh.
I am
Call me the juror.
Iskander.
That's Stanley. He's gonna come back and do it again too. That motherfuck. Oh fuck, dude, that hurts so bad.
My favorite thing about watching Stanley is watching him eat.
Yeah.
When he
Or like
flings
getting
shit.
ready to eat.
He doesn't so much eat as he does just massacre.
Yeah.
It's just a food massacre.
It's like the Starlight Pit, but Stanley.
yeah.
It's like he's
Oh, hold on. He's gonna come back this way.
he's like a what's it called? A lighthouse keeper
A wiki.
that's been at sea for 4 years, eating booty for the first time. Speaking of lighthouse keepers, this week we watched The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers.
Aye.
Directed by Robert Eggers, starring Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, and that's all.
Yep.
That's
Fucking
fucking...
That's it.
awesome.
Before we get into the review, do we want to talk about what else we've been watching?
Yeah.
Chris, what you been watching?
Succession.
Yeah, dude.
That shit hits, dude.
It's really good,
It's a
right?
fucking great show.
How far are you?
I think I have one more episode in season 1.
You're past me already.
Okay.
I haven't been able to watch very much at all. I've only 4 episodes in.
Okay. That's a fucking good show, man.
It's really,
Holy
really good.
shit,
Have you
that's
seen it
good.
yet?
Nope.
Shit, man.
Dude, it's really good. Check it out. And
All right.
that's one of the most fucked up families ever. And they're all... none of them are relatable. You know,
They're all asshole pieces of shit.
all their motives suck. It's hard for me to root for anyone. But
They're all pieces of shit,
for real,
essentially.
my favorite character is the Culkin.
Yeah.
Just because at least he's self-aware. Like,
Yeah.
He's just a sarcastic asshole. So the rest of them are just so like, just absolute. Some of them are like unapologetically evil and power hungry, and some
Yeah.
of them are like, well, maybe we should just wait for Dad to wake up and see what he wants.
Right.
Like, I don't think you should. Like, they're
Yeah.
innocent, but they're wanting power.
They're clearly in it for something.
Yeah, they have motive. Everyone has motives for. They're all power hungry.
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin is like, he is that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, that's a character that he's playing, but that guy exists 100%.
Yeah.
His character. And he's so good at, like, why do you think I'm drowning in pussy? You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah,
God, he's such
a piece of shit.
What a douchebag.
Yeah.
But
Wall
he's
Street.
a fucking rich
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Raised to tell people what he wants and get it.
Yep.
Yep. That's
Yep.
exactly
Piece
it.
of shit.
Yeah. So that show's great though. Check it out.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Wilson, what you been watching?
Just fucking British Bake Off.
Fuck yeah.
Same old shit.
You know what, though? I don't like that it's week by week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over it, but next week is the final, so
Give
it's
me
fine.
all of it, man.
I know. I just want to watch people make shit that I'll never make and eat.
Hey, let them eat cake. Am I right?
Oh,
Thank you.
Well done.
We'll be right back with more There Are Too Many Movies.
Thanks.
There are too many movies.
And we're back.
Thanks. If you can get that trivia for who said that quote, let them eat cock, you can win the
No.
first.
Nope. Don't offer him anything. Fuck the listeners.
All right.
All right. We don't have anything to give, is what I'm saying.
Right.
True.
We have stickers. Fucking who cares? It costs more to ship the stickers than.
Mm-hmm.
Then the actual stickers cost.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll send you a book of stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been watching anything besides this movie that we watched.
Tight. We can get right into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, that was fucking weird, huh?
Yep.
It was fucking weird, man.
I mean, that's what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
for
that's
sure.
it was the director of The Witch, and
One of my favorite movies of all time.
It's amazing.
Can't say enough good things about The Witch.
I'm
real.
finding it hard to not to compare the atmosphere of The Witch compared to the atmosphere of The Lighthouse, but I don't know which one was more immersive because they both were amazing. Like as soon as The Lighthouse started, I was like, "Shoo,"
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I might give the edge to The Witch only because of the dad's voice.
Dude, totally.
You know what I mean?
That and there were moments in The Witch that I don't know. I give it to The Witch too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just as far as it sucking you in is that because I was pulled out of this one sometimes just
During the
couple times.
fantastical parts.
No, not those are the parts I enjoyed. It was just a lot of drunken madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And it was like too much of it, and so I was just like, all right. There were times where I was kind of snapped out of it.
I thought there was going to be a little more, for lack of a better, immersion. Yeah, absolutely. But I would say I thought I was going to be fooled a little more throughout this movie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I wouldn't know what's real and what's fake, and what's
Yeah.
imagined and shit. Like I
Yeah.
don't think there was enough of that to make it more
Like a
confusing.
concrete lore that you could look back on and be like, this
Yeah.
is what was coinciding with this event.
Well, for me, it was like The Witch is more planted in reality. I thought.
Yes.
Oh,
Whereas,
yeah.
like there was something, a witch. There's satanic power, out there, fucking with shit, and there wasn't as much of the what's real and what's not. In this one, it seemed like a lot of hallucinations and dreams, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what's real and what's not. I guess it doesn't matter.
Well,
Right.
you can look at the movie either as a totally normal situation where nothing fantastical happened and one guy just went crazy, or some shit went down and Willem Dafoe was like some weird Zeus Poseidon cross, and
Yeah.
he was terrorizing Robert Pattinson without him knowing.
Yeah.
It could be. It's so weird. It could. Nothing could have happened, or that crazy shit could have happened.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know which one.
yeah. I wish there were subtitles. I don't know what the fuck they
Oh.
were saying. Probably 50% of the time.
Yeah.
I caught up maybe 50% of it. Yeah.
And it was all that old speak, so I was kind of like, yeah.
Even so though, I don't think that really took away anything for me. You know what I mean? You sort of understand what they're saying for the
Yeah.
most part. You know what I mean? Or I think in the way that they're saying it sort of gives you an idea of moving the plot along, because the words necessarily didn't matter that much,
Yeah, you could read their inflection and all that.
Yeah, and especially whenever Robert Pattinson tells his story, when he spills his beans, that was I felt like that was the most concrete dialogue we really needed.
Yeah.
And I could understand that.
Yeah, there were, yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
I guess I could understand it when it needed to be understood.
Right.
There was long monologues where I just straight up zoned out and tuned back in. I was like, oh shit, still blabbering.
Right.
I don't know. It was when, for example, when William Dafoe's cooking was insulted and he just went
Exactly.
He just went off on
Yeah.
some weird Poseidon, oh, Dave Jones will swallow you, blah blah blah, and your soul will be cast into the ocean and
Promethean shit.
It went on for a minute, and I tuned down. I was like, "What am I gonna have for dinner?"
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of came back and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's still." Even though it was a fucking great monologue, and he didn't even blink. Did you notice that? William Dafoe's fucking full on,
Fucking sick.
Straight up the scariest face in all of
Dude.
Hollywood.
for real. That dude is so haggard looking, and then he's got the beard and shit.
Yeah.
Hello, Spider-Man.
yeah, yeah.
Don't tell Harry. He was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, they were both really good.
Yeah,
Loved his
yeah.
performance.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about their performances, man. It's Willem Dafoe he transforms into that, whatever that is, the Lighthouse Keeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Robert Pattinson too. But I felt at times Robert Pattinson's accent went in and out just a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, there were times he sounded exactly like Bill the Butcher in
Yes.
Gangs of New York.
Yep.
So it was like that upper East Coast sort of British Columbia, maybe.
And yeah, absolutely. He's probably from a different area than Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe's character. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty certain. And it's just hard to sort of place that accent because you know,
sure.
we don't have enough audio and shit from that time. So it seems strange, and he may have fucking killed it, and I don't have any problems with it. But I did feel like, was that just a bad accent, or was that like an accurate accent? I don't know.
There's
That, or was it like part of his character?
Oh, right.
Reason.
Oh,
Maybe,
okay.
maybe for some reason because he's losing his mind, or because he's a drifter, because he's pretending to be someone else.
Exactly.
Maybe there's something there.
Okay.
But I think it was probably just Robert coasting in and out of the
Yeah.
accent.
Maybe. And that's hard to do when so much of this is like really
Acting,
slow takes and, you know, very long takes as
Yeah.
well. You know, it's kind of hard to keep that. And I felt like in that scene where Willem Dafoe is like doing that really long dialogue after he insults his cooking, like the camera goes out of focus for a while.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And then came back in because I'm guessing because William Dafoe leaned in.
Yeah,
and then the AC is like, oh shit.
But it was warranted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a perfect performance.
Yeah, it's great.
And you can't not use that shot. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't not
Exactly.
use that take.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I mean, the cinematography in general. I mean,
Oh,
Hypnotizing.
fuck.
Yeah.
great.
The
Black
like,
metal AF.
Oh yeah, dude. Anything with the waves and like the sea and then like the establishing, like all of the,
The
establishing
abyss of
shots
gray.
we're so fucking sick. We're so used to seeing establishing shots like the fucking droney, like zoom, or they're moving and movement. Or, like we're just so used to that kind of flowy establishing shot. This is just like on sticks in the middle of the ocean. Like that's what that is. This is what this is. It's very like 1930s.
Yeah, it's super old
silent film type shit. I
Yeah,
love that.
for real. Yeah,
I don't love silent films, for the record.
Right, yeah.
Wouldn't watch one to save
No.
my fucking life.
No.
But it's cool in this aspect.
Yeah.
There was times during this movie that I felt like I was watching an old movie.
Dude, when it started, I was like legit, the very first shot, I was like, this is almost just like Godzilla's Revenge. It opens exactly that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
That's fucking
it's weird.
yeah. Take you right back. Like, when was Godzilla's Revenge made?
Probably like 80s, 90s.
Damn.
Damn.
But it was meant to be like a throwback at that time to.
To like the original
Yeah.
OG Godzilla.
Gotcha.
And I loved how grainy all of the film was too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's so many times where it's like I can already think about watching not this movie, but another movie on Netflix or on like a TV. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And that was one of the things that I kept harping on about what was that fucking Will Smith movie?
Gemini Man?
Gemini Man.
I haven't seen a single trailer for that. That's the Game of Thrones writers,
It just
right?
yeah.
Wait,
No,
really?
Is it?
That's what I heard.
What?
Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know.
They
Well, no, it was
didn't
Ang
put
Lee.
that on the trailers.
It was Ang Lee.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
he wrote
still won't see it.
But it's like you see it and it's like, yep, that's a fucking action movie, you know?
Yeah.
You're right.
It looks like that. And it looks, super CGI and all that.
Exactly.
You know, it just looks like a computer animation versus this where it's like, nope, that's film. That's what film looks like.
Nothing too special.
Yeah.
Yeah, people worked really hard to learn like that shot where it's Robert Pattinson carrying the barrel of oil up the stairs, and it's like he like fully carries it, and then he walks and does something. I was like, could you imagine if you had to sneeze after carrying that barrel up there during that take?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, got to do it over again.
Yeah.
I think that barrel is probably really light, and he's just a good actor.
Exactly.
Or, I mean, like, honestly, I mean, he wouldn't carry it up flights of stairs, you know?
Yeah,
But
he might volunteer to do it.
yeah, he might want it to be like really heavy, you
maybe.
know?
Maybe, yeah.
We'll
It
never know.
could be. I wouldn't be surprised if he requested a fucking heavy barrel just to help
And
him.
it was good acting, man.
yeah.
Yeah, all around good acting. So, do we want to break it down or just kind of gloss over everything?
Let's talk about everything, sort of like I guess
Yeah.
as you feel it.
So,
Okay.
do you feel like this was like just a standalone story, or was it like did you see any callbacks to any other things or anything like
I
that?
didn't see any sort of callbacks whatsoever, and I highly doubt there would be any other film attached to it.
No, I mean like just in terms of like when he mentions all the like when he says your Promethean fate will come to haunt you or something like that, and the very last shot is him essentially as Prometheus,
Oh, okay.
shit like that.
I mean, I absolutely feel like it's influenced by folklore and tall tales, and that like because of how graphic everything is, and how I mean, like the one-eyed like seagull, you know what I mean? Like shit like that feels interpreted
well, the
and adapted.
The one-eyed seagull was a symbol of the guy that William Dafoe killed.
Right? Yeah.
So the guy, because remember how he's like, "Hey,
He's
don't fuck
that-
with the seagulls." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because the seagulls have souls of sailors."
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a seagull that was trying to warn Robert Pattinson. I was assuming the one-eyed seagull
Yeah.
kept on fucking with him, like, "Hey, get like," and Robert Pattinson was like, "Hey, leave me alone. You're my enemy.
Quit harassing me.
Yeah, and then he fucking murks that seagull for fucking with him.
Dude, that was
That
a
was-
brutal shot.
Yeah, that was fucking brutal.
And did you notice there were so few dolly shots? But when they were used, like when it was a mechanical movement of the camera, it was some very unique scene.
Like when
when he murked the fucking.
that was a
bird.
dolly shot.
It started with him beating
It
it.
just
and it just
pivots.
went
Oh, right.
like that. But those sort of unrealistic movements were saved for like really
Oh,
weird parts.
that's
Yeah,
true.
and one of the other ones
Most of it was just sticks and handheld.
Yeah.
was going up the lighthouse, which was a cool fucking shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it just raises up the whole time. You go past the stairs, and then I think
wind.
it pans straight up, and that's when you see the tentacles like around.
Right.
There's that.
The
and then
light.
the wind. When the wind changed right after he killed the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The dolly of
It was
the
all
lighthouse.
like the things that could be seen as like a spiritual type thing or like a mythological lore type thing.
Yes.
Yeah. But so yeah, he kills that bird, which I guess sends everything off. So he kills the soul of that sailor that was there.
Right.
I don't know. That's just my interpretation of it.
No, that makes total sense.
Because later he finds that head with an eye missing.
Exactly.
Or like something is eating his eye or something.
Yeah, it's gone either way.
Yeah. So I guess that was my guess was that was the seagull, but like why shit popped off after he killed that sailor, I don't know. But the witch was completely based in a certain folklore, like written around.
Yeah, that's like some of the first witch folklore from like New England.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's-
So I'm sure he did the same thing for this, where
Well, it seems like he
up,
pulled from a bunch of different lores.
And he's like a historian too of urban legends and folklore.
That's
and
really cool.
nice.
He's really into that shit.
Did you see
man.
he wrote this with? I'm guessing his brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, really?
They had the same last
Another
name.
guy named Eggers.
Yeah, they had the same last name.
Fuck
so
yeah.
I'm guessing it was the brother.
That's
little,
cool.
Little Chris Nolan.
Jonathan?
Oh,
Nolan?
right.
Nolan action. Yeah.
I like it.
There was a few things that were like seemed like they were just straight up from like Greek mythology or something. Like it seemed like a weird cross between like a retelling of Prometheus and also Pandora's box.
Mm-hmm.
Like the top of the lighthouse could have been Pandora's box. At the very beginning, he says, "Hey, this whole island's yours, but that right there, don't ever touch it. Don't ever go in it. Don't even worry about what's in it."
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, it's the only thing that it like haunts him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Possible.
brother.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
Hell,
brother.
your brother.
So I want to talk about sort of his descent into madness, and then I guess when shit really started popping up for me was well shit.
Well, like-
it was a shot before things started like they're getting progressively more and more tense throughout the movie, and then they get more and more drunk, and then that was started to get like, okay, something's got to give here, like
Just building tension.
because it's
and
building so much, and that they're just getting more and more uncomfortable with each other. He's just doing more and more chores. There's a few things that alluded to something happening in the future, like when he was cleaning the water, then later the water was fucked, but like he was just doing chores and stuff, and then after a really they really go in on the drinking one night, and then he wakes up the next day and he's got to piss, and he's like, oh, our bins are already full. So the next shot is him like hungover as fuck, like with 2 bins of piss and shit, walking on a cliff, like in the rain, like in the torrential downpour, just like
Me walking to school in 10th grade.
and he goes to dump it into the ocean or off the cliff or something, and the wind blows it all back into his face, and he just stands there for a second, just like,
and it cuts immediately.
it just cuts.
Chris and I both were fucking
Yeah,
dying.
that part was fucking hilarious.
We were dying for like 2 minutes.
And everyone's
Yeah.
like, I get it. I see the shit is...
Yeah, we're just dying laughing.
Dude. It was hard for me to like contain myself after that.
Yeah.
and then there was serious scenes after that.
Yeah.
it was still really hard for me to like keep.
That's when things started to pop off, sort of.
Yeah.
So right after he gets covered in shit, the next shot is him wiping the shit, and then he sees a body on the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
And we're still giggling. And
Yeah.
I was like,
You're
okay.
like, boobies.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, okay. This is crazy. He's discovered a body. And then it was just like, and even, fuck, I'm just jumping around mentally.
Go for it, whatever.
I'll talk about that scene after I talk about it. So he goes down and discovers what appears to be a mermaid, beached mermaid up on the rocks. And he pulls off the seaweeds and sees this beautiful woman, this body. And then he follows it. He pans down the body. And then you just see a glimpse of like not a waist.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
You're like, whoa, those aren't
They're not like
legs.
scales necessarily, but it's
Sort
like
of
a
blends. It's
yeah,
weird.
it blends.
Yeah, it was like a realistic interpretation of a mermaid. It
Right.
wasn't like
A siren. It was like the sailor's siren that they always imagined.
Yeah.
Right. It was almost this crossbreed of a fish.
Yeah.
So weird.
So fucked.
And so then he's just like, holy shit, I fucking found a mermaid. And then she wakes up and starts laughing and screaming, and he's running away, and he runs back into the house, and then like busts through the living room door, and then William Dafoe's like, you smell of shit and you're behind in your chores. What's going on? And then he's just like standing there soaking wet, just like shaking.
Fucking shaking.
And he's just like, so, never mind. I'll
Just whatever.
you know what? At this point, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to my chores. What's in, I don't even care what's in the lighthouse. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, just fuck it right now.
Yeah.
He's like, you
You
sure you
smell
don't
of
want to know?
shit.
Your jism's on the floor.
So, but I wanted to go back and talk about that first dream he had with the logs, how the logs parted,
Oh yeah.
And revealed that.
that body in the water, and he like walked into the water, and then there was this mermaid under the water, and then he woke up.
It like drug him under the skin, kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. That was fucking cool, man.
I love
Yeah.
that.
There's so much
Love that
imagery
shit.
in Robert Eggers films that it like he gives you a glimpse, and then we're back to sort of reality.
Right. It
Totally.
just cuts.
I
And you're
love
just,
it.
You're just like, what?
like, what was that?
Yeah, you're like, what? You can't. He doesn't transition out of his sequences. Sometimes, like after that sequence, Robert Pattinson woke up, but later, when he just saw those tentacles in the lighthouse,
And then next shot, just
It's just-
boom, new scene.
new scene, or the next day or whatever, 2 weeks later, who fucking knows?
It
It's just
kind
like
of
time is nothing.
it makes me think of like how in books they'll just go off on a tangent and then end a chapter and then just completely new scenario the next chapter.
Yeah. It's just like what? Yeah.
There's no transition there for sure.
Exactly.
I liked that. Well, whenever he's doing like the regular chores and stuff, and whenever he's fixing that shingle, was Willem Dafoe fucking the bed?
I thought so.
I thought that was Robert Pattinson seeing like a double of himself in the bed, touching himself, because the legs looked pretty young, and it was two legs, and Willem Dafoe didn't have 2 legs.
I thought he did have 2 legs.
No, he had a peg
Had a-
leg and
Oh, I
another
didn't
leg.
know that.
I never really noticed. I noticed he limped, but I never noticed he had a peg leg.
I thought it revealed a peg leg at the point where they were struggling,
Oh shit!
I never
I
saw
didn't
that.
see that.
which plays into his insanity when he sees him like naked with 2 legs on top of the lighthouse, like dancing and stuff, and he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
2 legs up there. It's crazy.
Weird.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I saw like a peg leg on him during the struggle or whatever.
All right.
Well, either way,
Fucking crazy shit.
Well, I want to say that like it was it felt a little it felt a little callbacky to me because whenever he found the mermaid in the bed, it was like in the middle of the bed with a hole in it,
Yeah.
like a wooden mermaid, and I feel like that's where he would have been fucking his bed
Yeah.
or something like that.
Like he was fucking the bed hole to come on the mermaid doll.
Yeah.
As we all do.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
was
it felt like,
My
though.
interpretation was that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay.
That he was fucking the bed.
All
But,
right.
but I don't know.
We don't know.
Anyways, he was
So many weird cryptic shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much imagery, just like just.
I immediately want to rewatch it just to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
I really wanted to. I didn't want to do it for the show, but I want to, because I feel like that's sort of cheating. But I wanted to look up, like what it all meant.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a lot of self-control not to.
I want someone that is well versed in all this lore to break it all down and be like, so when he saw the tentacles, that meant
Yeah.
like all that shit.
This is what this means.
Davy Jones is the Roman Poseidon, idiots.
Yeah.
That's not what this show is for, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dumb.
Yeah. So let's see. We're after.
Okay, so whenever we get like the most imagery, I feel like is whenever Robert Pattinson's character is like jerking off in the coal room,
Yeah.
is that what it is?
I don't know. Yeah.
And like he's just picturing the mermaid, and then like he's seeing other shit too. Like,
Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, that was crazy. I love that.
it was fucking crazy, right?
He's like fantasizing like weird glimpses into the future, but like dream-like almost.
Yeah.
And then like the guy he killed, but you don't know who he is yet because he hasn't spilled his beans.
and also like he has the mermaid with him too, and like in his hand, like the wooden mermaid, and breaks it in two. You know what I
Yes.
mean? That's another thing that sets off even more crazy shit to come after that. It's like after he's destroyed that idol.
Did you notice that mermaid too was like her bottom half was just kind of a big vagina?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was like a flower lily vagina thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was like it's almost like coral.
Yeah.
in a
yeah.
sense, like tentacly still.
Totally.
And then there was like tentacles going into it too. It's just like whoa.
Just total crazy imagery.
yeah. It was the imagery was that was my favorite scene for sure.
Yeah,
and the
same.
editing too, just like the way everything was paced out, just like the
Keeps you guessing
yeah,
perfectly.
Like, yeah, it was just this subliminal slideshow freak fest.
Yeah.
You know, where
Yeah.
it's like
And then you get to later on in the movie where he's explaining shit and you feel like you're like in the know or something because you like have these subliminal cue cards in your head.
sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an odd clue.
So after he breaks the idol, things pop up even more. And there was so much of just like, and I said it before, but the tension building and like the drunken blabbering was starting to get like, okay,
Right.
when he saw the mermaid on the beach, the beach mermaid, I was like, okay, this is
Shit's-
the beginning.
yeah.
This
Of
is
the
the ramp
crazy
up.
shit.
This is the ramp up, and it didn't. It would go up and then came back down and then go up and came back down. It was like a pacing thing where I was just like, okay, they're back to drunken blabbering. Like he's kind of mad, he's kind of not. We're gonna get off this island,
And
then-
like comedic too. Like there's shots where like they're like dancing together and having like a great fucking time.
And then they fight.
And then they get really close to each other. They have like a very intimate moment, and then they fight, and then they're fucking like chilling on the floor.
it was hard to describe. Like it was pure unmotivated madness.
It was
Yeah.
just so
barbarism, like just
Yeah,
insanity.
it was complete. It was like, all right, are these just two guys losing their minds, or what they doing some sort of symbol of something? I couldn't figure it out. Is this in his head? Is this in the other guy's head? Is this actually happening? Is it a dream?
And I think that's a way of like showcasing how much time is passing too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in that scenario, but also just overall, like all of the things that could possibly happen: anger and fury and fucking
And
love
loneliness.
and loneliness and compassion
Yeah.
and friendship. You know what I mean? It's like all of that is wrapped up into this one scenario, but it. Like, do you really know that for sure? Because they're wearing the same shit all the time. You know what I mean? It's like how many days or weeks, and I think
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's character brings that up at one point. It's like, how long have we been here? 5 days?
Yeah.
2 weeks? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Who am
shit.
I? Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that was so cool. Like those moments where it's like Willem Dafoe is talking in sort of like a cryptic,
Yes.
folklore kind of essence versus like just their dialogue together. Those moments were it for me, dude.
I'll say the price of admission for me was achieved when he threw his own shit in his face, but that was like that was and then the frustration of being covered in his own just covered in two men's shit. And
He
piss.
did so much physical work to get rid of the shit so it wouldn't be on his face.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
But you think that's because the winds turned.
Right.
And he that's where he always went to dump the shit, and that was the day after the winds turned.
That's a good point.
So he doesn't know that it's gonna blow back at
Blew
him.
shit in his own fucking face.
And he's
he didn't
fucking
think
hung
about
over
it.
his shit
Yeah, he
too.
didn't think about it.
Counterpoint, nothing fantastical happened at all, and he's completely batshit insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
possible.
that's totally possible, but it's that sort of
That's like the whole crux of the movie.
it's cabin fever,
Yeah.
I think that's what the movie sort of alludes to, especially when the only thing he can really think about is being inside of the light room.
That's true.
The lighthouse.
It's like the only real source of warmth and light, and it's Pandora's. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah. And it's the one thing he has zero access to, which I think is why the helpers or the assistants go crazy. It's because that's the one thing that they can't do, which they're allowed to do. They can totally go up there and trade off, but Willem Dafoe's character is so against
Like,
sharing.
that's mine.
Yeah, against sharing that duty. Then it's like, okay, so then what am I doing all of this for if I don't get to share the light?
It's because Willem Dafoe is Zeus. He's guarding the spark of humanity that Poseidon unleashed.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. The movie's it's like Shrek the Third. It's so layered.
It's deep as fuck.
Yeah,
Like an onion.
for real.
Yep.
Like a pearl onion.
That was a Shrek reference.
Yeah, no.
I got it.
No, we got it.
Ogres have onions. I mean, have
are-
layers. Ogres have onions too.
So yeah, I guess we should talk about the real big pop off was when they fought.
Yeah,
Finally,
Robert.
like for real fought.
Well, there was that when it finally showed an escalation, and Robert Pattinson essentially I think it was him finally accepting alcohol was he was fuck it. That was the beginning of the end, basically.
Yeah.
because then he
Kinda.
started taking that fucking everywhere. Is that shot? He's chugging it while shoving coal into the machine.
I love. Before we get into that, I loved all of the really small details of him pumping the water into his glass and just small shit like that, where it's this is a really authentic movie.
Yes,
man.
Yeah.
that's what I love about it. The speech, the dialect, and all that.
Yeah.
When he says "yes, sir," and Willem Dafoe's "aye, sir," not "yes, sir."
Yeah.
I love all that.
yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
shit, man.
So the real big pop off happened when they started to fight after that big storm too, which basically fucked
yeah.
the whole house up. I got vibes of Mother. Remember Mother?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Mother vibes during this movie, where it's everything was just so over the top, and no one was really
Acknowledging it.
Acknowledging it. It's
Yeah.
hey, the whole house is completely wrecked from a storm, and they just get up and start peeing.
Especially from Willem Dafoe, who was so anal about the floor being dirty at one
Exactly.
point.
Yes.
And now the entire house is fucked.
Yeah.
And they're just whatever, we're drunk. And at this point, they're drinking oil.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Like
they
watered
mix-
down oil or some
Yeah,
shit.
they mix
Yeah.
oil and something else.
oil and honey, I thought it was.
Oof.
Yeah.
Just to take the
Fucking
sting out of it.
Sailor mead. Or,
And then later on, they're just drinking the oil straight up.
brutal.
That's fucking brutal, dude.
He has become the locomotion.
So yeah, they finally fight a big fight, and then that's one of my favorite scenes was all that imagery during that fight.
Yeah. Well, at one point, Robert Pattinson gets knocked out, and then he sees a naked Willem Dafoe with the fucking
Oh, yeah.
the lights coming through his eyes.
That was sick.
That was fucking brutal,
So
dude. That was
cool.
a cool scene.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Fucking love this.
I really like that.
Just weird ass imagery. I don't even care if I know what it means or not.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's one of those things where I was just whoa.
I wouldn't even pretend to that means
Yeah.
that Poseidon's greatest fucking trident is,
Yeah. You want to see the lighthouse, boy?
Yeah. It's cosmic knowledge. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what aliens are doing. They're just
We don't have time to tell you.
Yeah, we don't have time to tell you. Just going to download you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Fucking
cool.
yeah. Fucking
It makes me want to rewatch The Witch immediately. I just
yeah.
want to
It's on
watch
Netflix.
something where it's just wind blowing through trees.
Dude, but there are so many things, and this is totally not The Witch, and it's not a horror movie, which is sort of what I was expecting because it's Robert Eggers. This wasn't a horror movie, right?
No.
Not really. I guess you could say it's a thriller.
It's more of like
I'd say
a
art house thriller. I guess. Yeah. I don't
yeah, art house thriller.
It's
Absolutely.
It's a romantic comedy.
know. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say there were those like really unnerving like horror scenes like there were in The Witch, where it's like you see at the very beginning like that baby was taken away, and then we get we just get the back of like a mangled fucking witch who's just like sawing at something.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what it is. But yeah, like you don't see it, but she's just like carving at something. It's like, oh fuck, like that's so fucked up, dude. Oh, you
I
didn't-
totally forgot about that.
they don't get shit like that. Or like the little boy that was like before he dies. Sorry, spoilers for The Witch.
Yeah. Watch
just
The Witch.
It's on Netflix, yeah.
It's fucking just watch it. The little boy that dies like right before he dies, and then like he's like possessed for just a minute, and it's like he speaks in this totally different accent than he's had the entire movie, and he's like laughing, and he's just possessed by a witch, obviously. Fuck, man, like that's so unnerving in that moment because it's like the parents are mourning the death of their child, and he's just like, oh, and he just starts doing this whole dialogue. It's like, ugh,
Yeah.
it's so unnerving, man.
Yeah. That's on Netflix, by the way. You need to go. If you haven't seen The Witch, watch it immediately. The best scene, though, in The Witch, I don't want to get too
I already
far
know.
from Lighthouse,
Yeah.
is the goat.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
The
Sam,
Yeah.
As
Black Sam, isn't it?
maybe I can't really remember. As like the first word that was uttered from it, I literally gasped. I think I was like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was so like, oh my god, that's sick,
Oh shit,
dude.
Its voice
And, like-
was just so. The
and-
casting was perfect. on
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where, as soon as you started talking, it was just like,
Just fucking my whole body had goosebumps. I was
yes.
like, ah.
Yeah.
And you get the transformation in it too, in like the camera just panning up. Well, it doesn't pan up; it just lifts.
Yes.
Yeah.
just a bit.
Yep.
Just see, like you see it. You don't see it transform
No,
into
it's
anything.
just implied.
It's just implied that
Use your imagination.
the camera
Yeah.
just raises up a little bit. It's like, oh fucking
God.
shit.
Yeah.
And you're just left up to your imagination,
Yep.
bro. Hey, think about it, man. Like, just think about what it looks like, dude. That's so fucked up.
Dude, yeah.
It's just a fucking Baphomet with like black tits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leathery wings.
Yeah. Fucking
sick.
cloven hooves and bat wings.
Brutal.
The thing is, whatever you imagine is going to be way sicker than whatever they showed you.
Exactly.
That's why it's such a sick choice.
Dude, the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that was also like the moment. Fuck, we're going into The Witch now.
Let's
but
fucking
Fuck
do
it. Yeah.
that was the moment that you realized it wasn't just
The mom.
Yes.
like
And the
them
family.
freaking out about something. You're like the whole movie. You're unsure that there's actual weird witch
Whether
possession
they're
things, or if they were just superstitious and radical Christians and whatever. And they were like, oh, the devil's got you, blah. And it's like, shut the fuck up. It's just fucking. It's cold out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
it was just like oh, he's sick. It's fucking polio.
Yes.
This
You
is
dummy.
fucking It Comes at Night.
Yeah.
This is like what
Yeah.
you're thinking of that whole
exactly. And that moment with the goat was when it went, oh. It was like, so there is some shit going down.
Wait.
Yeah.
For real.
Dude. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm watching that as soon as I get home.
So good. But anyways, so back to the Lighthouse.
Oh, God.
right the house.
And the very end of The Witch, dude, whenever like she like gets undressed and like walks into the fucking woods and
Sick.
fucking
We did the soundtrack for The Witch. Everyone's tuned out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the most annoying thing in the history of podcasts.
We did it. We've achieved. Welcome to the most annoying podcast.
Open a wormhole of annoyance.
Okay. So, anyways, the Lighthouse. Shit popped off. We get some crazy imagery with him and William Dafoe after they fight. Like the tentacles. He basically turns into some sort of fucked up Poseidon, which I loved.
I
Like-
loved.
yeah.
Like some sort of like Davy Jones fucked
Yeah.
up.
And he has that sort of not just tentacles, but he has what's that called? Like the coral and stuff,
Yeah,
like
coral.
seeping out of his skin. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He's
Oh,
like
that.
just a being of the ocean.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Like he was embedded in there and he just got lifted out.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal.
It's amazing. And then the fucking And then, but then after they finish fighting, he's like just becomes a dog, which is weird. William Dafoe is just like,
Yeah.
I'm the dog now, and he's like, come on, you're on my leash now. And then he like, and that final monologue, holy shit,
Dude.
Well, it wasn't really, I guess, not final monologue, but
Just
like,
the acting and the way it was set up. And
Jesus.
And it's like to be Willem Dafoe, like a respected actor, and be totally cool
Yeah.
with like being like as a dog walked into a grave and then dirt being flung on you as you're talking.
he has this whole speech, and it's going in his mouth, it's going in his eyes. You could see it all.
He has to
You see him
chew it.
flinching.
He has no choice.
He's chewing it.
Yeah.
He's swallowing dirt.
I was
you could
thinking
see him do it.
I was thinking that wasn't dirt though. I was thinking maybe just to
Just chocolate cake.
I was hoping that's what it was.
right.
Like a chocolate batter.
Like how they use chocolate syrup for blood in Night of the
Yeah.
Living Dead.
Just as something, like, sorry, guy, like, we're going to be flinging dirt in your face.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we do chocolate cake
He's like,
instead?
you shit.
He says that.
Use shit.
Use cow shit.
They're like, we have dirt. He's like, no. I want it to be
You're like-
method.
You shit. God.
He's gonna send this to.
And he just has that face.
Yeah,
Hey.
he's like, wait, and then he just like he sends a copy of this scene to Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's like, "Your move."
I ate shit and smiled. Good luck.
Yeah.
God, they need to have a movie together.
What if there's like
Dude.
some weird underground like method actor like
Like
thing?
Community where they...
They're all trying to one up each other with methodness, like for that, for example, where it's like, yeah, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Leonardo DiCaprio on the set of The Revenant actually breaks his fucking leg or something?
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Wait, did he break his leg on the set of The Revenant? Oh, okay.
He just like on purposely like, guys, like
He's like, oh no, my acting career.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is like, check this out. Ah! He like
Yeah.
just jumps off the side of a building or something.
Yeah.
Just hobbles himself like Misery.
And then a sane person is like, "Why are you guys doing this?" And they're like, "Acting, art, for the art of it." Fucking psychopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Straight
so William Dafoe gets buried because a crazy monologue with dirt in his face is amazing, in his eyes, all everywhere. And then, well, he goes back in. Robert goes back in and starts like fucking reading a book or something, or he just goes to light a cigarette.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess
which
that's what he does.
it's in his character because after he killed the guy whose identity he took, he goes, I sure could use me a smoke.
Exactly.
I'm going to get ahead of myself real quick, but I want to ask you guys: do you think this is one of the best films you've seen this year
I think
in
so.
theaters?
For me.
Chris?
I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I didn't leave thinking like this was great. It was just really good imagery and a weird, fun, interesting story. Like it was like a what's gonna happen the whole time
Right.
type of story. Not like who done it, but like a what's done it. I don't fucking know.
Okay, so do you think that a movie like this should be in the in any sort of conversation for awards and the Academy and shit?
That's tough.
Even cinematography? Like,
That's tough.
Art direction,
It's really good.
but you don't quite see it there.
can
I don't see it at the Oscars
what,
for some reason.
is there any movie in particular this year that you would just immediately put above it?
I can't. I'm drawing blank right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I think we're going to be surprised with Joker
Oh, yeah.
in the Academy this year.
I mean, I hope I don't see Joaquin getting Best Actor or anything simply because it's a superhero movie, quote
But
unquote.
that's the thing, though. I don't think it is in that same realm, though.
Well, those
It's not a fucking Disney superhero movie.
Well, nonetheless, like those movies are like not respected by most of
That's
the
true.
older school directors and people
Exactly.
in that industry.
Yep. Even Martin Scorsese is just
Exactly.
like fuck those movies.
Yeah. All right. Sorry to get off
Like,
topic.
hey man, have you
fucking
seen
asshole.
Joker?
Yeah.
Have you seen Avengers Endgame?
Yeah.
Well, no, he produced Joker.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's fucking sick.
exactly.
Martin
He produced-
Scorsese?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that either.
yeah.
Wow.
He was actually, I think, attached to direct it at first,
That would have been insane.
That would have been fucking wild.
and he
Yeah.
got Robert De Niro involved in it.
That makes
originally.
sense because I was gonna say, why would Robert De Niro be in the Joker?
True.
But I mean, whatever. That like you
And it was
said,
really inspired by Martin Scorsese movies too.
totally.
Taxi Driver. Sorry, guys.
The
we're-
grittiness.
We're on a tangent.
Yeah. Whatever. Fuck it.
Whatever. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
So, where were we? In fucking Lighthouse.
We're right at the end. I
Yeah.
mean, we Lots of crazy imagery.
Right. I mean, right when all that crazy shit started to go down, like when they first started fighting each other and they first were basically telling each other that they hated each other, like they were just letting all their feelings out in the open and all that. When Robert Pattinson was like, "You're fucking farts.
Yeah.
You're goddamn farts." I so badly just wanted, like, I just wanted someone to be like, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." But I was also like, when they first showed Willem Dafoe's character and he walks in and he farts a couple times, like, I mean, that was comedic, and I giggled, like,
Yeah, it was
not
funny.
loud. I wasn't like, "Oh," in the theater, but I was like, and then I looked around and everyone was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think those scenes are to sort of dismiss those people in a way. Because if you can't find comedy in something like that, like, fuck you. You
I mean,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
like, 'cause I looked
if you're
around
like, yes, absolutely. Like, fuck you. Like, that's funny, dude.
He's an old, gross guy farting because he doesn't give a shit about this young dude in his opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's funny.
It's not the fart that's funny. It's the neglect of
His
the other
feelings.
person's comfort. And
Yeah,
feelings.
exactly.
Which is funny to me, where it's just like, it's just like, dude.
He's pissing while farting. Like,
Yeah.
that's his
Yeah.
intro to his character.
Yeah. That's his characterization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pissing while farting and hoarding all the light and warmth.
Oh, yeah. So then right after that, after he buries Willem Dafoe gets out of that grave or whatever, and Robert Pattinson kills him pretty quick.
Yep.
And then goes up to the lighthouse.
Finally
that's-
gets the keys and goes
Finally
up
gets
there.
the keys. He goes up, but he's like limping all the way up there.
Well, he got hacked in the shoulder.
That's right. Okay.
He got
That makes
fucking
more sense.
axe hacked.
I assumed he was like basically bleeding out and almost dying.
Yeah. I assume.
He goes up there and yeah, he fucking immediately he goes up to the lighthouse and then the light stops like right where he's standing and the doors open, like the door to the actual light bulb itself or the fucking whatever that is, spotlight.
Yeah.
It opens to him. And then you just get this fucking great shot of him just like, ah!
So sick.
That's so cool, man.
Enveloped in all of its light, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shot is so grainy and so like
yeah.
It
And,
like dissipates through the shot.
yeah. And his screams were like distorted.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that choice. That was insane.
fuck,
Or put through like a low pass filter or some shit
Yeah,
like
oh,
that.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it was cool.
And it was like overwhelming warmth. It seemed like overwhelming
Yeah.
pleasure, where it was just like like almost painful.
yeah. Absolutely.
Then he falls down the stairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Cut from
The
that
light
shot
was too
to
much for him.
Yeah, he immediately just falls down the entire lighthouse, and I guess that's it. Like,
And I think that's what
he
Willem
dies.
Dafoe was referring to. It's like you'll be a wicker man yet, or
You'll
what
make
is
a
it?
wiki out of you yet or something.
I'll make a wiki out of you yet. And he's like, well, why can't I go now? He's like, well, you're not ready. You know,
Yeah.
essentially.
You're not ready for the light. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's so fucking layered. It's like you could see that as him just like being not worthy of that light, and so he was consumed by it and then died for it. Or he was just fucking crazy. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, so he falls down the stairs, and then the final shot we get in the movie is Robert Pattinson being eaten by the seagulls, which were the souls of other sailors.
And he
Right.
has one of his eyes is pecked out,
Totally
right?
pecked out. Yes.
Right. So the
was
one
cool.
eye thing is a reoccurring theme.
Well, seagulls actually do that. All birds go for your eyes first because it's
Yeah,
the
they go
softest.
Especially in seals. Whenever those are carcasses at that point, their eyes are always gone because seagulls peck those things out.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's gross. That's just gross, guys.
That's gross, guys.
That's gross.
Can we
That's it.
cancel seagulls?
That seagull was cute though. The one that was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, and then he's like, fucking pastes it.
Yeah. But yeah, so the final scene, we get that dolly back. I guess he dies on the island, and that's that.
that's it.
That's it, Chief. I'm curious if there's like something in like lore that's like makes it like the one-eyed thing in some sort of Poseidon or Greek lore.
Well, I thought that his corpse being like bound to that island essentially was like them trying to be like he is now
He is now the island.
taking the place of Prometheus in that myth because it showed his eye had already been plucked out, but the seagulls were eating like his liver and his like whatever was right here, which was Prometheus's punishment. He had his liver eaten every day by crows.
well, there it is.
There it is.
That's basically crows. They're seagulls.
Essentially.
They were pecking at his intestines.
Exactly.
That's it.
We did it. We solved it.
Robert Duggar's like, nope.
We're like, big brain time. And he's like, nope.
Not at all.
Big Brain Boys. That's us.
Big Brain Boys, name of the episode. Big Brain
Big Brain Boys. Fucking just stocks going up.
Stonks. Hey guys, stonks.
Mythology.
That's our viewer.
And then he touches something and it turns to gold. Congratulations, guys. We'll see you
And
later.
he was so hungry that he ate his own legs. That's all.
So that's it. That's the breakdown of The Lighthouse. What did you guys think of it? Yep, nope.
Yep.
That's a yep for me too.
Yeah,
It was good.
Would you give it a second round? Yep.
Nah,
I would.
I would do it.
I wouldn't.
Fuck you, Chris.
So it's not on our...
Good. It's
No,
just
I
not
hear you,
like-
man.
Yeah,
I get it.
I enjoyed it. Not nearly as much as I enjoyed The Witch.
It doesn't have the rewatchability of The Witch, but I would totally recommend anybody go see that.
Yeah,
And I would own it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
yeah. For sure.
But I would like that's weird for me to say. Like I would own it, but I don't know if I would watch it again. So
Right. I want it in my collection so that
Yes.
other people can see that I
Yes.
appreciate this movie.
Yes, you endorse it by owning it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
basically, yeah.
I endorse it. Don't think I'd watch it again.
I agree.
It's
I
like,
would- you know what I would want to see though? This is the reason why I want to own it. Get this, and not a lot
Like,
of
look how art house indie big brain I am.
people. Brick Brain.
Look at the Big Brain Boy movie.
But check this out: the special features.
Ooh,
totally.
That's a reason to own this movie.
yeah,
The featurettes.
exactly.
I'm just
See
surprised those
where
are
his
still-
mind was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised those are still a thing. Like commentary is but just about the only thing you can offer now that there's like digital and YouTube and BTS and stuff. Like I feel like all those featurettes get put online
On
anyway.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they're fucking like
Like segmented and 0.75 speed.
yeah, they're fucking 420p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a fucking giant HD logo on the fucking
Yeah.
You know, it's like I fucking hate that
They
shit.
flip it to like avoid the copyright and
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Everything's mirrored.
God
They're
damn
like
it.
just download the video and flip it in VLC. It's really easy.
I fucking hate that shit so much,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I just want to I want to see the legit
Yeah.
featurettes.
I wish
sure.
there was a TV channel that was just special features.
oh,
It's actually
fuck
genius.
yeah.
You're
That's
welcome,
fucking
Hollywood.
Genius.
That's a really good idea. Dude.
Patent it.
AMC is like, why didn't we? Fuck.
Wait a second. What the fucking? There's a new special features TV channel.
So, anyways, yeah. So we got any news? I guess that was the breakdown.
Oh yeah. Any news? No.
Nope. Glug 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 glug. I thought your hat said lasagna until I saw you turn.
Just a fan of.
I do have a hat that says ramen too.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, you seen that one?
All right. So, game.
E.
Let's do it, man.
It's been a while.
Top 10 lighthouses.
Number 1. All right.
This movie.
Wait a second. When was the last time we did the box office game?
Long
Shit.
time.
Do we want to do box office for Joker since we didn't have time to do that last week?
Might as
Sure.
well.
Sure. Let's do Joker and then let's do Lighthouse.
Might as well.
Joker.
How much do you guys think the Joker costs to make?
I'm gonna go with 45 million.
70 million.
I think it costs 30 on the dot.
Okay. Alexa, how much did Joker cost to make?
Joker cost an estimated $55 million to make.
What'd you
We're
say?
equal.
Oh,
We're the
you said
equidistant.
70?
Yeah, and you said 40, right?
45.
Oh, no, when you're closer.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, look
Yeet.
at you.
Hey, nice.
How much? Well, I can't play this game. I know how much it's made.
Okay.
You guys go. How much?
I think
Let's
I
just
actually
assume
know
we tied the
also.
last one, and this is a tiebreaker.
Off the top of my head, I'm going to go with $778 million. I saw the headline. I don't know.
oh, you
gonna
saw
guess-
it?
I saw the headline, yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
guess 779 million.
Alexa, how much did Joker make in the box office?
Joker has grossed $155 million in the United States and $307 million worldwide.
I read a bunk-ass headline then.
307 million, so you're closer?
No, you were closer. I went.
I mean, it was a joke guess anyways, but...
Same.
Yeah.
Congrats, Wilson.
Thanks.
How much did The Lighthouse cost to make?
Yeah. The Lighthouse, starring Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe.
You go, Chris.
$20 million.
10 million.
2010. Oh, God damn it. 30.
Alexa, how much did The Lighthouse cost to make?
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, how much did The Lighthouse cost to make? I believe.
Here's something I found on HowStuffWorks.com.
What?
The essay
Hear her
the
out.
Lighthouse was, for its century, one of the more expensive lighthouses built, costing nearly $180,000.
Josh, you're
Did
closest.
that answer your question?
Sure did. Yes. Fuck the algorithm.
Thanks for your feedback.
You're welcome.
God.
They're gonna listen
She's
to
the fucking worst.
That was bad, but she's
Lighthouse
the-
facts. What?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Robert Pattinson, you ready to go?
Sure. Actor game.
Oh, God.
The Lighthouse.
Should we explain the actor game?
We fucking say a movie the motherfucker's been in. The Lighthouse.
Twilight.
Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, shit, I'm out.
God damn it. Oh, Water for Elephants.
Nice.
Fuck with me.
Good time.
Fuck.
I'm out. Wait, no. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
He was in that?
Yeah, he was Cedric Diggory.
All right. All right. Oh, Robert Pattinson, what the fuck else have you been in, dude?
Stanley's gonna fall. Please don't let him fall.
My heart is beating so fast just from knowing that answer.
God damn it, I'm out, dude.
Yeah, I don't have anything either. Wait. Let me try. let me big brain this. I can't think of anything. Wilson?
Ocean's 14?
What? You always go to
goes-
oceans when you don't have an answer.
It's because
There's probably
30
going to be a new ocean, and they're probably going to name it Ocean's 14. He's
it's-
probably going to be in it.
Honestly, I would say this is a tie, but you lose because you brought up oceans again. You fucking suck.
Fuck you, but I accept it.
All right, Willem Dafoe, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, The Lighthouse, of course. I'm going to start it off with Spider-Man.
God, I wanted to say, hello, Spider-Man.
The Lighthouse. You didn't not say it.
That's fine.
True. Antichrist?
Fuck you. God damn it. All right, The Boondock
Damn
Saints.
it.
There was a firefight. I really can't think of anything else right now. I'm out. I don't know.
Was he in Phone Booth?
No.
All right, I'm out.
Ocean's 14.
Ocean's 15?
Nosferatu.
Oh, nice.
Good job. You did it.
Good job. Me. Also, Aquaman.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was in that.
Who was he playing that?
He's
Poseidon.
yeah.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
I was like, holy shit.
Whoa.
The prequel to The Lighthouse.
Aquaman.
He's Aquaman's trainer and confidant.
What if Aquaman
His
showed up
Alfred.
at the end of the Lighthouse?
Because there's some weird shit going on
Like,
here.
am I too late?
He randomly just yells in Samoan.
Yo, did y'all open the Lighthouse without me? Oh, fuck.
Ah, shit.
All right.
He's hanging out
I'm
with the
done.
Shark.
I'm ready to end the show.
Yeah,
Hope
my
you guys-
brain is like
All right,
fucking
Chris.
My back
fizzled.
just hurts straight up from when Stanley tried to sabotage the episode. The whole time now, I've been waiting for this to be over so I can put something on my back and stretch.
That
and take
bad?
pills.
Debt salon
It's
pause. My
I'm-
back is fucked.
I'm fucked.
All right, guys. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
There are too many movies.
There Are Too Many Movies on everything. And our website is toomanymovies.com. If you want to send us a message, it's therearetooManyMovies@gmail.com. I don't know why you'd need that, but there